It's Friday today. You take the school bus as usual and you feel like sitting in the back. You go to the back and you expect your best friend to sit beside you. But instead of your best friend coming aboard, you accidentally look over and see that it's your best fiend. Anyways, without further ado, grab a blanket, turn off your lights for true scary ghost stories that happened on none other than the school bus. Ouija on the bus. This story happened just yesterday. When I was on the bus coming home from school, I was sitting near a couple of my friends named Dylan, Marissa, Julie, Emma, and Connor. Emma has a real Ouija board at home, but since she couldn't bring it into school, she had drawn one on a piece of notebook paper and used a Gatorade bottle cap as the planchette. It was pretty crowded in the game because all the girls I named were playing with one finger, so I just watched with Dylan and Connor. The girls were saying Ouija, Ouija, 1, 2, 3, and spinning the bottle cap each time they said a number. They would say, "Is anybody there who wants to speak with us?" Most of the time it would work, which confused me, because I have tried with my brother today with our homemade one and it has not worked. Anyways, they also asked, "Are you a good spirit?" And almost every time I would say, yes. The ghost never stuck around for long. The longest one was very smart. We asked for her name and she started to spell K-A. Julie said, "Is that Caitlin?" The cat went to yes. Then Marissa said, "Who are you sitting next to?" "Autumn?" The ghost said no. "Me?" The ghost said no. Finally she said, "Dylan?" The ghost said yes. We got to ask her one final question, which was how old is our bus driver, because they wanted to see if she was psychic. The ghost said 47. Sure enough, we asked the bus driver and she was really 47 years old. It was cool to say the least. Then the ghost moved the planchette to say goodbye. Then Julie and Emma moved away so I could try with Marissa. Connor was shouting questions at us to make us laugh. He loves to make people laugh, plus he and I are dating. The ghost spelled out, "Shut up or die." That really scared me and Connor, so I closed the board and assured him that he would be fine. So far he's perfectly okay, but does anybody know why it worked on the bus but not at my house? I'm curious. Thank you. Stalker. Now, I'm not one to immediately say that a bear out in the woods is Bigfoot or that Satan is coming after me or anything like that. I am an atheist, and I believe have to see something to believe it. But the past few days have been beyond my explanation, and I'm having trouble thinking through what is happening. So, here it is. Yesterday, I was going on the school bus. As on the bus going to school, when we got on the highway, I got bored, so I started talking with my friend and looking out the window occasionally. We were passing a field when I saw this weird shadow-like blob gliding across the field. I had enough time to look at it and realize it was not a human or a plow. It was just a big blob of tar-like material that looked like it was boiling. It shook me up quite badly, because it gave me the same feeling as when I saw the shadow person during the time that I had sleep paralysis. Then today, while I was at lunch, I saw a person standing in the doorway of the lunchroom. At first, I thought it was a lunch monitor, but when I looked at its face, it had no facial features. It had no face. Immediately, I froze up and could not move. Then it disappeared, and my friend asked me if I was okay. Edit. Last night, this thing somehow got into my house. I know this because A, I saw it when I was in bed very briefly, and B, my computer graphic card starts thermo-throttling when its temperature was 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and C, this thing tore down some of the curtains in the laundry room. Please help. I don't know what is happening or why I'm seeing these things at all. Late for school. During the time when I was in high school, about 15 years ago, I remember sitting on the couch in my aunt's room as my mother told an eerie story to her sister. The story itself goes something like this. Mid-morning at around 9 a.m., my mother dozed off on the sofa. She was awakened by me kissing her and telling her goodbye as I headed out to school. She looked at the clock on the wall and said to me, "Did you forget to set your alarm clock again?" I just simply replied with a yes. She got up and said to me, "Let me go grab the keys and I'll take you to school." She went to her bedroom, grabbed the keys from the top of her dresser, grabbed her coat from the closet and came out. Much to her surprise, I was not there. She called out to me thinking I might be somewhere in the house. I did not answer. She opened the front door thinking I was waiting for her outside. I was not there. She went to my bedroom thinking I must have forgotten something. I was not there. She came to a realization that maybe one of my friends came and picked me up. So, that afternoon at around 3:30, I came home from school. My mother was in the kitchen cooking when I walked up to her and gave her a peck on the cheek. "How was your day?" she asked. I told her that I was very tired, for I had not gotten enough sleep the night before. She then said to me, "I know, but next time try to remember to set your alarm clock, okay?" At hearing this, I got quite confused. Then she asked, "So, who took you to school?" Standing there like an idiot in a state of total confusion, I said to her, "What are you talking about? I took the bus to school." She then said, "No, bus runs at 9 a.m. She saw this puzzling look on my face as I told her I took the 6:30 a.m. bus, and I was not late for school at all. She became very upset catching me red-handed lying to her, and more so, she was shocked that I even told a lie. I could see that she was furious with me. To avoid further confrontation, I just ignored her, went to my bedroom, and shut the door. That evening, my brother and I sat down for dinner. In seeing that my mother was not speaking to me, he asked if everything was alright. She told him what happened that morning and how I lied about it. As I listened to her story, I became angry at the fact that none of that ever even happened. I told my brother to confirm that I was on the bus with him that morning. He did, and told her she must have been dreaming. To this very day, she's absolutely positive she was not dreaming, that she never went back to sleep that morning when I was late for school, apparently. There had been a couple of unfortunate and fatal incidences happening inside and outside the apartment prior to us moving in. We did not learn of this until after another strange encounter in which my mother had. I will save this story for another day, which led her to believe that our home was not ours. She quickly became acquainted with the neighbors and learned that someone was shot and killed in our apartment, and someone else was shot and died on the hood of a car belonging to a previous occupant. I'm not sure if this had anything to do with the story above, but I wouldn't be surprised at the possibilities. Thanks for reading.